Yeah, the tougher team won that one. Tougher team won that one. We shot the ball 2 for 18 for 3 and took a total of 9 free throws. So we wanted that to be easier. Defensively, I've obviously looked at their percentage. I thought we did a really good job. If you hold a team to 35% from the field, 9% from 3, you should win that game. But not if you're going to settle for 15 turnovers, many of whom were in the hands of our, people that shouldn't turn it over. And we settled for so many shots. I mean, P goes 0 for 6. It's just the tougher team won tonight. And, I know it's an inexperienced group. So this is experience that we need. And, we'll make a change to make sure that we're always the tougher team.
What did you do so well against Raqqa in the first half, and what was the difference for her in the second half? You seem like you doubled her a lot.
Yeah, we wanted to make her job difficult. We wanted to stay attached. We wanted to make her, we have a lot of respect for her. I think she's a pro. She's an important kid. And we guarded her to our scout. In the second half, we wanted things to be easy. I told them it's hard to lock into a defensive game plan for 40 minutes. It's also hard to win in the ACC. And we locked in not enough in the second half. And so we let her get pick and pops. We let her get to the free throw line. We weren't the tougher team, mentally or physically.
Yet again, we didn't see much of Malu on the court tonight. Is this because of her long-term injury, or is there another reason?
Yeah, she's still getting her into game ready. I think that obviously missing time at this level is really hard. And then also we're not finishing at that position very well. And so I'm not really that motivated to have 2 of them in at a time. And Anya's playing really well. I mean, Anya, as you're seeing, she's a star in the making, and her numbers speak for themselves. And so, JB's got a lot of experience, and she's earned the right to get sort of a second and third chance. So, Malu's going to have to, Malu's one of the best kids on the roster in terms of her quality inside and out. So she's going to keep getting better, and she'll be what we need when we need her.
How'd I do on how it happened?
Anything else?
The 3-point shooting, how much did that affect the ability to get it inside? It seemed like they could pack it in more because you didn't have the proficiency that you've had in the first 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, to shoot 2 for 18 is unacceptable. Not that you made 2, but that you shot 18 when you're shooting 2 for 18. So they were giving us that shot, and we were like, great, let's take it. And then also, I don't think they did something they dug on the low post. The low post was open too. We just were unwilling to throw it inside. And then when we threw it inside, we didn't finish at the percentage we need to finish at 1v1. And so it's not that we only made 2 threes, it's that we took 18 of them. That's just a stat that we're not going to live with in this program. And we're going to take less of them and go to the free throw line more if we're going to shoot like that.
What was the biggest thing that surprised you from this game that you didn't expect?
When it's in all text.
Yeah, I honestly thought our team was tougher offensively. I thought we're built sort of to be really diverse. We've got length, we've got speed, we got bigs, we've got shot making. I think we've got some pieces offensively that can be really good. And I thought mostly, with probably the exception of Anya, everyone was soft. And I don't talk like that about my team. You know me well. Like, every single one of our players was soft offensively. And if you're going to be soft in this league, you're going to lose. And that's what happened. And, I told them it's one game. And in this league, you got to find a way to get to a certain number of wins. And this is one we thought we could have gotten. And now we got to go to the next one and the next one and the next one. But it doesn't matter how you start. It matters how the whole journey goes. So if we learn and are tougher from this, we'll be a better team moving forward. And part of this team, they've got so much experience. Part of this team, we have to gain experience quickly. And you have to lean on the Petra and Watts and Janelle, and they weren't enough tonight. They weren't good leaders. They didn't play with toughness. They just didn't do what we need them to do. And so we required our freshmen to be a lot. And I have to get them to buy into what the freshmen give us is extra. And I think they'll come out better.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So Anya left the game in the third quarter, but then returned.
Yeah.
From what you can tell, how serious is this injury?
She's fine. She went back in the game. She's fine. She's a little dramatic sometimes. She's fine.
All right. All good?
Cool. You can have Petra next.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Hey, make sure no one makes their scouts.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Petra, you want to give a few thoughts on the game, and then we'll take questions?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like coach kind of said it all. I feel like their seniors kind of took over and ours didn't. So that's on us. Obviously shot, 10% from the three. I was 0 for 6. So yeah, that's one thing. But also, when you're not shooting the ball well, you should get to the paint, get fouled. And we didn't do that.
But on the night, you have the reputation as an excellent perimeter shooter, and on a night that you couldn't make it, you did other things. You drove to the basket a lot. Talk about maybe adjusting your game tonight.
I mean, yeah, like you said, obviously shot weren't falling, so I tried to put it on the floor a little bit more, but I feel like I should have done that earlier. Especially, they kind of stopped us with their zone, but that doesn't mean that you can't just drive to the paint because they were just kind of standing around, but we were standing next to them.
Yeah, so in the second half, the team as a whole kind of hit a bit of a wall offensively. How do you plan as a team to overcome this problem?
I mean, just come back tomorrow and get better, honestly. Obviously this sucks. We didn't want to lose to Wake, especially our first ACC game, but, just come back tomorrow and get better and figure it out.
Did it feel like toward the end of the first half that the way you all were playing that you should have had a bigger lead than you did? It felt like you were in control, but you weren't ahead by very much.
Yeah, 100%. I felt like, we did a better job defensively in the first half on their best players, but second half they kind of made us play their game. We slowed down, kind of settled for some shots that maybe we shouldn't have taken. So, yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Petra.
Thanks, guys.
Hello.
Hi, Anya. You want to give any thoughts on the game or just jump into questions?
Not much to say. Like Coach said a lot, Petra said a lot. We just got to come back tomorrow and work. We know what we need to work on. We know what we lacked in this game. So it's just the fact of the matter of if we're gonna go into practice tomorrow and like have our thinking caps on and be positive instead of negative about the situation. Yeah, we lost. Yeah, we did things wrong, but what are we gonna do to fix it?
What did you all do in the first half against Raqqa? She wasn't getting anything, and then that kind of changed in the second half. What was the difference between what you did to her in the first half and what happened for her in the second half?
Well, our defensive principles were way better in the first half than the second. We kind of slacked off because we were like, oh, okay, she's not scoring, so now we're worried about everybody else, but we can't do that. So just us holding ourselves accountable is what I would say. We weren't holding ourselves accountable on the defensive end. We were worried about everybody else except for what our game plan was, to worry about their best players. And we found that out, and we found out that she's not going to stop. She's a great player. Like, I'm not even going to down her. She's a great player, but we have to stick to our game plan for all 40 minutes of the game.
So you finished tonight your first ACC game and your first career double-double. What led you to such a dominant performance?
Just my teammates. Practicing against Janelle just makes me go harder in the game. I knew that if we were going to take long shots, then we needed somebody down in the rebound, and I knew that if I was in the right position, I would get it. And me just being aggressive on offense and defense, which helped my team in some type of way, but it didn't help us win. But it helped us get to where we needed to go, like our motive. So I know that if I do something well, it brings a light to my teammates. And I've always been told that, even by my coaches now, that if I do something well, it's gonna fuel the rest of my teammates.
And the coach seemed to question the toughness of the team. Did you see that?
Yes. I mean, like she said, we settled for threes instead of driving to the basket, and we work on this in practice. Even if you might be open, but which one is the easier shot, a three or a layup? So, I mean, that's just us holding ourselves accountable once again.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Anya. Appreciate it. All right, I'll send you guys the box score if you haven't already seen it, and let me know if you need anything else.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It wouldn't let me record.